What's going on, people? Listen, one of my brethren here posted a video today, yeah, and there was a football team in Ghana, yeah, called Great Olympics, yeah. And what's in the video is that they're walking backwards into a football ground, yeah. Last game of the season, apparently, they walking backwards into the football ground. Now, the idea of them walking backwards is that they've gonna see that they're not doing great as of now. They used to be a massive football team. Now they're doing absolute rubbish, yeah. They've gonna see a juju man, or we say voodoo, yeah, voodoo man, and he's told them that the team that they're gonna play, I've done some voodoo, yeah. Now, for them to break the spell, now I've read this, I've looked into it, yeah. They say for them to break the spell, they've got to walk backwards into the football ground of the opponents that they're gonna play. So the whole team has swallowed this absolute bar, this nonsense, this stupid thing, yeah. And then they've all walked backwards. Well, some of them looked and they were a bit skeptical. They looked side and side, and some of them looked forward. But the whole team, they swallowed the whole thing after seeing the voodoo man, yeah. They've walked backwards into this football ground. They played the game. Now listen to this, catch this out. What happened to them? They got B. Not only did they get B, they got relegated. They got relegated, yeah. But there's people still, yeah, in my motherland, yeah, country of my birth, place that I was born and raised, who still believe this absolute stupidness, yeah, of voodoo. Flip it again, different part of Africa now, we're talking Malawi, yeah. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, there's been over 100 people who've been lynched, mob justice. They've been beaten, they've been crucified, they've been stabbed, they've had their heads chopped off. For what? They've been accused of being vampires. Yeah, you heard me. Vampires. 2017, in Malawi, people believe that other members of the public are vampires. Now, it's got so bad, they've even gone into hospitals. Yeah? Attack doctors that should be looking after patients, yeah. One of them said, when I was watching the interview, one of them said the doctors were using their stethoscopes. I mean, you know what a stethoscope is, yeah? The doctors use that to listen to your heartbeat, whatever. They accused the doctors of using the stethoscopes to suck off the patient's blood, and then they beat them to death, lynch them, mob justice. And people are sitting there believing this, yeah? You get Christians. There's another video I watched last week, yeah? Of a town in Nigeria where hundreds and hundreds of innocent children accused of witchcraft. What is this nonsense going on in the motherland, man? Someone just wake up and tell me, man, I'm sick to death of it. Absolutely sick. I'm mortified. I'm absolutely disgusted. I'm fuming. That you get very, very well educated people, yeah, who swallow this whole ideology, this mentality of thinking there's going to be some savior or some Jesus or some Muhammad or some Allah or somebody, some God who's going to come down and save them. Our great-grandfathers were waiting for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to take them away from slavery, God to come and save them. It never happened, yeah? They were beaten, they were enslaved, they were raped, they were murdered, whatever. Nothing happened. Our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers, our fathers' fathers, our mothers' fathers, and mums and dads and sisters, the whole fucking lot of them, they're still waiting for that day that Jesus is going to come and save their fucking ass. Yeah? Walk down the streets in Africa, yeah? I tell you what, every 100 yards, every 200, 300, 400 yards, I'm telling you today, you will see one little church, yeah? You see one little mosque, you will see some sort of religious embodiment taking money of innocent people in exchange for miracles. And I have friends, I'm telling you this today, yeah? I have friends, people, I've fallen in love with bare people, and then now I've said, you know what, I'm not going to follow with people anymore. I'm just going to record little snippets like that, little videos, yeah, and I'll post it. I have friends, yeah, people that I sat in the same school with, yeah, who swallow this absolute bile, this nonsense, this stupidness, yeah, believing that salvation is going to come and there's a preacher who can cure innocent people, sick people. Now you go to Africa, yeah, I'm telling you today, yeah, you go to Africa, yeah, you see sick people in hospitals, yeah, they'll be sitting there, yeah, and all these churches, there's more churches than hospitals. Remember this, yeah, there's more churches than hospitals in Africa, yeah. There's more hospitals than there's more hospitals and more churches as well. So there's more churches than there are hospitals and schools. Yeah? It's just bonkers. And all these churches are taking money, yeah, money of people. So you imagine this here. You've got a job, yeah. You've got a job. You pay taxes on your income. The church tells you to pay a percentage of your money as a tithe. Again, if you read the Bible, it says in there, blah, blah, blah. It's been misinterpreted, and they've just twisted the whole thing just to enrich themselves. These fucking fake preachers, they're fucking bastards, yeah. And the people pay the monies, yeah, to these churches. What happens to the money? The pastors enrich themselves. They buy up all these fancy things. They go on all these exotic holidays. They buy up all the land. They buy up all the nice cars. They fucking left, right and center all the beautiful women in the churches. I mean, you see the videos coming out on social media, man. It's ridiculous, man. For someone who can say, I tell you what, my mum is ill. Let me take my mum to the church, yeah? And then you see a pastor fondling your mum's boobs or your sister's boobs, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Someone went into a church again the other day, and then he said to people, yeah, that he had a hard on. He's had a hard on. I mean, his dick was so fucking rock hard like a porn star, and he's had it for months and months and months or whatever. I mean, come on, man. Listen, this is common sense. You tell you this is it's a con. It's nonsense, yeah? And the pastor was praying for him. He touched his genitals, rare. And the man started walking like a zombie. He was walking like Calibus from one of the old school films. It's just stupid. Yeah, people jumping up and down. You see videos in churches where people have got a cane, they're caning the devil, they're stoning the devil, and people swallow this nonsense. You know what I mean? And when people like myself wake up, yeah, and then we speak up and say, man, you guys are wasting your fucking time, yeah, you guys are wasting your time. People criticize me. They call me evil spirit. They call me the devil. Because I've woken up one morning, I've smelled the coffee, and I'm like, nah, mate, this whole religion thing, this whole Christian thing, this whole witchcraft thing is a fucking con. And I'm telling you this today, yeah, that I know people, yeah? I know people. Last week, I fell out with one of my old school groups, yeah? And then I know after 3-4 days, I just thought about the whole thing. I say, you know what? Me just walking away from these people, it's not going to make a jolly bit of difference here. Let me come back. Let me put it to them and say, boy, listen, if you believe in witchcraft, yeah? So you believe, yeah, that you have an innocent child who's going to be accused of being possessed by witchcraft and then taken to a church where the fucking preacher man has mixed his blood and some stupid chemicals or some whiskey or some brandy, whatever, giving it to the children. It knocks them out for 6. Yeah? If you have a little 5-year-old and you mix up vodka and give it to the little child, of course it's going to knock him out for 6. And he thinks, oh, I tell you what, I'm taking the little 200-300 cedis or 300 pounds or whatever you're working out in today's money from the poor parents, yeah? And the society absolutely castigates these parents, yeah? So these parents are forced. They haven't got a choice. The little poor communities in which they live in, yeah, they put them to one side and say, I tell you what, listen, your child is being possessed by evil spirit, yeah? It's either you take the child to this preacher man to pray for the child, or your whole family is gonna be theft out of the community. So as a parent, it's so difficult when you haven't got nowhere else to go. The government don't give a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about you. So at the end of the day, you live in a poor community, yeah, you're gonna send your things off to the church. And it's just common sense. But I think what I'm going to start doing, yeah, is I'm going to just do a little blog every week, yeah, and I'll try posting it, and I'll try spread the message and say, guys, listen, man, if you say you're waiting for God, you're waiting for Jesus Christ, you're waiting for Satan, you're waiting for Allah, you're waiting for whatever, yeah, He's not coming today, He's not coming tomorrow, yeah. Now, let me tell you this today. The Bible was written for a reason. The Bible was written in the time where a lot of things couldn't be proven, yeah. Today, when you look at the biblical stories, yeah, and you add one and one together, you know all of them are absolute nonsense, yeah. There's no way, you know, from Noah's Ark to Jonah being swallowed by a big fish to, you name it. I mean, every story, you just look at it and be like, oh, for God's sake, man, I mean, what's going on? Are you not stupid or something, yeah? Are you not stupid to believe such nonsense? You know, it's like me watching Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom, a little cartoon, and believing fairies and you name it. That's the same thing. There's no difference, yeah. And I know religion has done it has done good things, and it has done a lot of bad, because we were given religion. Yeah, they came to Africa, they stole us and took us as slaves, yeah. And they told us that believing in the Bible, believing in a religion, believing in the Quran or whatever was a way of getting and giving you eternal salvation. And that mental slavery, that torture, yeah, is still going on today. It's still going on today. It's so difficult. Like people say, yeah, you cannot reason someone off an ideology where they've not been reasoned into. If you understand what I mean. Someone that's not been reasoned into a way of thinking. It's very difficult for someone like me to come out and say, mate, you know, I've been fooled. I was fooled as a child. I was conned as a child. My mum lived and died in the church. My mum went to church every single day. She absolutely believed the Bible. My sister is the same. You know, it's all the more than the new generation coming up right now and saying, nah, this is just nonsense. You know what I mean? Yeah, it shapes you in a way. You see what's right or wrong. Now, I've got children now. I don't take my children to church. My children have never been to church in their life. You know, apart from say they go to a wedding or going to an engagement or going to a Christian or something like that. That's a different thing. We're not going to wake up in the morning on a Sunday and say, I tell you what, let me dress my children up and let's take them to a church. Fuck that. Are you mad? Why the hell would I do that? You know what I mean? They think I'm their God. I tell them what's right and wrong. I shape my children, let them know what society finds acceptable, what society finds wrong, and then we've got the law. We've got Bill of Rights. We've got Parliament to make laws. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. We don't need the fucking Bible. We don't need the Quran to tell us what's good, what's good and bad. At the time when there wasn't any law whatsoever. I mean, when you kill someone today, or you go and break into someone's house and burgle them, yeah, they're not going to bring the Bible out. I'm talking from you in the UK, yeah. We're not going to bring the Bible out and say, I tell you what, the Bible, 10 Commandments say, thou shalt not steal. So yeah, that's it. We chop off your hand or chop off your willy or whatever, stone you to death or whatever. Them days are done. You know what I mean? You burgle someone's house, we say, okay, it's an act of parliament in God knows war. This is the law. You break into someone's house, you go into prison for 2 years, and that's it. So the Bible and the Quran and the Torah and the Reva, they've got no place whatsoever in modern society. Absolutely no place whatsoever. It's had its time, it's been and gone, and then that's it. And then one more thing as well. You criticize religion, you criticize the Bible, or you criticize the Torah, you criticize the Quran, whatever. You get the same people. Imagine yourself, yeah? Imagine you are at uni or whatever, and you're criticizing the book. For the people who are defending the book and supporting the book, yeah, the only way to defend themselves is they open the same fucking book that you're criticizing, yeah, and then give you a quotation or citation from the book. So I'm criticizing, say, the Bible, yeah? It's just an example. I'm picking on the Bible today. Okay, cool. I criticize the Bible, say, this story doesn't make sense. It's just nonsense. It doesn't, you prove things, it just cannot be proven. It's just nonsense. It doesn't make sense, yeah? And someone said, no, it does. I said, well, prove to me that it makes sense. Okay, and then let's open Ephesians 24:17 or Numbers, whatever, or Psalm 27:18-24, Leviticus, or you name it, any of them biblical stories, man. They open the book. You're criticizing the book. Yeah, you think someone as intellectual or someone as a clever person, yeah, you're going to come up with something better than that. No. You're criticizing the book. I'm going to open the same book that you're criticizing and then give you a quotation from the book, defending the book. Hello? Am I making sense at all? Or am I being stupid? I'm criticizing the book, yeah? Instead of you coming out and defending the book with another source, you open the same fucking book that's been criticized, yeah, and give me a quotation from the same book. Like, yes, you people know exactly who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking to. You know yourselves, man. Them people, yeah? You know yourselves, them fucking bastards, man. Yeah? You come out, you open the fucking book and you criticize that. And you open the book and the side quotations, blah, blah, da, 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 da. And then you say A and B, yeah? The Bible says that, so it's sense. Nonsense. Anyway, this is the second one I'm making, yeah? I'm going to bring up some absolute bangers next week, yeah? Some serious stuff next week, man. And then hopefully you guys can send me things that you want me to talk about. And then we'll see where it goes, yeah? But I'm absolutely mortified, yeah? And I'm telling you, I'm going to keep on going until the day the man drop dead. I'll just keep on going, keep on going. It's a mission. It's my mission, yeah? Mission impossible, maybe people say that. But listen, I love my African continent to bits, man. And it's about time people's ideologies, people's mentalities change, yeah? The only way we can do that is for people to speak up. It's a lot of people are waking up to the truth, yeah? They're waking up. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, yeah? And then we'll see how it goes next week. Out.